What's up, folks? Your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're doing the Raw recap. We start off with Randy Orton coming out. He talks about last week and warns Keith Lee if he keeps crossing his path, he's going to get kicked in the head. He starts talking about his match with Drew McIntyre. We get a recap of the past 2 weeks. Orton says that he wants the WWE title just handed to him, being that Drew McIntyre probably won't be able to be there. Then suddenly, we get a siren, an ambulance pulls up, and Drew McIntyre is driving. McIntyre storms the ring, gives Orton a Claymore kick, starts beating him down. This is not going to be the last time we see this one going. Backstage, we got the Hurt Business beating up a janitor. Okay. Backstage, Adam Pearce asked Drew McIntyre to leave. Then we go on to our first match, Apollo Crews, Ricochet, and Cedric Alexander versus the Hurt Business. Before the match, the Hurt Business attacks Cedric Alexander. Getting back to the match, Apollo Crews gets worked over. He tries to tag Ricochet. Cedric Alexander pulls Ricochet off the apron, lays him out, gives a lumbar check to Apollo Crews. Shelton Benjamin hits pay dirt on Crews, gets the pin. So I guess I was wrong about Ricochet joining the Hurt Business. It was Cedric Alexander. Then we got the Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Andrade. Again, there's not much of a match here. Andrade and Garza are not on the same page. Garza bails out, leaving Andrade to eat a frog splash from Ford. The Street Profits win. So great, we're breaking up another tag team. After the match, Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro come out. They're running down the Street Profits. They're here to show the Street Profits how real champs handle stuff. They challenge the Street Profits to a match next week. Oh my god, the Street Profits are going to be facing someone other than the Viking Raiders or Garza and Andrade. Earlier tonight, R-Truth escapes the Ninjas and Akira Tozawa in a restaurant. Okay. Then we got Billy Kay versus Peyton Royce. This is a match. After a bit of quibbling between each other, Peyton Royce gets the pin. After the match, Royce helps up Kay. They hug. I really don't think they should have broken these two up. As annoying as I always say they are, yes, they are annoying, but they were a good tag team. We got a recap of the Dominic and Seth Rollins saga. Then we got an in-ring interview with the Mysterio family, blah, blah, blah. Up on the Titantron, Murphy interrupts. Murphy blames Dominic and Ray for being outcast by the Monday Night Messiah. Challenges Dominic to a street fight. He accepts. Then we got Asuka and Mickie James versus Natalya and Lana. Oh, Lord. This is an M match. Lana taps to the Asuka lock. Next week, Asuka is going to be facing Mickie James for the Raw Women's Championship. That should be a good match. This was a waste. Then we got the Waste of Time Lounge with MVP, the Hurt Business, and Cedric Alexander. MVP welcomes Alexander to the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley gives him a shirt. Cedric Alexander's speech was interrupted by the Viking Raiders. They come out with Apollo Crews and Ricochet. A big brawl breaks out, and guess what, player? We have a tag team match. Jesus Christ. The Viking Raiders, Ricochet, and Apollo Crews versus the Hurt Business. Unfortunately, it was decent. It just solidified Cedric Alexander being part of the Hurt Business. But, okay. Cedric Alexander pins Ricochet. He's part of the Hurt Business. Awesome. I like the Hurt Business. Can we just stop putting the same people up against each other over and over and over and over again? Backstage, Drew McIntyre still hasn't left the Thunderdome. We then have Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. Albeit repetitive, this was a good match. There was an impressive spot where Keith Lee totally held up RKO. There was a good bit of back and forth. Randy Orton escapes from a spirit bomb, hits the RKO. Then Drew McIntyre comes running in, hits a Claymore kick, causing a disqualification, so Randy Orton wins it. McIntyre tells Orton, "You're going to see me in your nightmares." Now, being Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre are supposedly good friends, I'd be kind of upset that you just cost me my second match. But, okay, whatever. As McIntyre is heading up the ramp, Adam Pearce tells him to get the F out. We have Aleister Black versus Kevin Owens in Raw Underground. Owens gets right into Black. This really didn't take long before we cut away to a pair of handicap matches. First we got Shayna Baszler versus the Riot Squad. Nia Jax is at ringside. After dominating Ruby Riott, Nia Jax starts getting into the head of Shayna Baszler. This allows Liv Morgan to reverse a Samoa drop into a pin, so one up on the Riot Squad. Back at Raw Underground, we have a quick little bit where Kevin Owens and Aleister Black are still going at it. But enough of that, because we got to go back to the other handicap match, Nia Jax versus the Riot Squad with Shayna Baszler at ringside. The Riot Squad are getting the better of Nia Jax. As Liv Morgan starts going for the pin, the lights start going all screwy. Retribution shows up on the Titantron, says that the Thunderdome is a facade. They're driven to destroy. Oh my god, they finally speak. Back at Raw Underground, both Owens and Black incur the wrath of Baba Keto, who lays both of them out, and that's the end of Raw Underground. Backstage, Randy Orton gets ambushed by Drew McIntyre, who gives him a third Claymore kick for the night. Orton is then taken out by ambulance. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? We then go on to our main event, Dominic versus Murphy in a street fight. The Mysterio family comes out armed with kendo sticks. Murphy strikes first, but Dominic was able to fight back, taking the fight outside of the ring into the crowd of screens. Murphy starts to fight back, hitting Dominic with a steel chair, ramming Dominic into the ring post. He ties Dominic up in the ropes. As he goes to get a table, Aaliyah and Dominic's mom let him loose, and Dominic starts taking to Murphy once again. Dominic and Ray both slam Murphy with the kendo sticks. Murphy gets tied up in the ropes, and then all of the Mysterio family start wailing away on Murphy with kendo sticks. Murphy says he quits, so Dominic wins it. The Mysterio family continue to light up Murphy with the kendo sticks as we end tonight's Raw. Now, I will have to apologize for my review tonight. I had a couple things going on that left me distracted, so I might have missed a couple little things, but I promise I will do better the next time. But tonight's Raw, it was okay. And I'm giving it a lot of leeway. The women's matches, it's good that we actually had quite a few women's matches tonight, but they weren't all that great. If I were really to say the good ones, that were the 2 handicap matches. But I mean, the Lana and Natalya, no, just no. The Mickie James and Asuka, that looks like it's going to be good next week. The stuff going on with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, it's entertaining. We once again got to see Retribution make an appearance. They didn't bust anybody up. They just interrupted a match. The other matches, okay, I'm done with all of a sudden we got a big tag team match just out of the fucking blue. But we'll see how that goes. The main event was good. I liked it. And I'm also looking forward to seeing the tag champions, champion versus champion next week with Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro versus the Street Profits. That looks like it's going to be good. But that'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. I'll be back on Friday for the SmackDown review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Raw, what you thought about this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.